Soviet science fiction always promoted the idea that the higher stage of humanism is occultism, interestingly. Meanwhile, of course, they're all saying materialism. But again, materialism is a nonsensical ruse to dupe people. Promotion of the ideas like the Force in Star Wars. Yeah, well, you could argue Star Wars has had more impact on Western pop culture, and I guess now global pop culture, than maybe anything else in the last century, pop culture-wise. Is Star Wars at the top? Probably. I can't think of any other pop culture thing that would top it. Certainly not James Bond. So, hello, what have we here? Lando Calrissian wants you to believe in the Force. Yes, the Force, the impersonal God that's both good and evil, that can be controlled through meditation techniques that only Yoda can show you. You gotta have a Yoda strapped to your back, and then you might be able to levitate the X-Wing out of the swamp goo. But, you know, if you think about it, speaking of swamp goo, like, the Star Wars worldview is just as scientific and sensible as the Darwinian worldview of the swamp goo. Lightning bolts from Zeus hitting the swamp goo, creating life, creating beings. That's literally, that's in Greek mythology, by the way. Right? The humans are the creation of the accidental creation of lightning bolts hitting dirt and producing clay. And that's literally what Darwinism says. Exotheology, the idea of Jesus being a space brother, a space being. This is discussed in the chapter on Signs from Heaven. This is a really good chapter. Transhumanism ties into aliens. Yes, how long have we been saying that aliens, and the mythology of aliens, is a guide to transhumanism? And in fact, we are a prep for transhumanism. We will be doing a show, Jay Wiedner and I, on the Alien series in our TV show. And that was my analysis. What's it about? Well, it's about bioengineering, the xenomorphs, bioweapons, and aliens are ultimately just these sort of transhumanist things in that storyline, I'm saying. So it's neat to see an Orthodox theologian here backing up everything I've been saying. So Arthur C. Clarke, yes, also in the circles of Crowley. The overlords are evolutionarily advanced. Yeah, right. The overmind, yeah. Same old story. Day the Earth stood still, the aliens come and tell us, if you don't form a global government, we're going to have to wipe you all off the planet. Just total nonsense. Total Pentagon psyop. Total bullshit created by the Pentagon. Esoteric sci-fi, as we said, yes. Science fiction as propaganda. In Efremov's and other science fiction, communism becomes the cosmic force that begins to acquire non-materialistic qualities. The advanced beings of the outer space exotheology are often endowed with savior-like qualities. Well, of course. The loss of Christian values and Christian theology in the West has thus become the vacuum allows for the vehicle of dissemination of non-Christian philosophy of life through science fiction. Absolutely. That's a big part of Esoteric Hollywood, Sex, Cults, and Symbols, which is my book, which you can get at my website, signed copies. Please don't get them on Amazon. Get them directly from me under the tab Purchase Signed Copies of Esoteric Hollywood. Now, there's some good overview history of the UFO, Foo Fighter, flying object phenomenon around page 79, 80, 81, and on. But one of the problems I have with Father Rose's book, as I said at the beginning, was that he's not skeptical of these characters, and we can forgive him because, you know, he's a monk, he's a theologian. He's not sitting around studying the machinations of the evil deep state, right? So he's not expecting all these deep state characters who come out talking about aliens to necessarily be totally lying and erecting a giant alien scam. But he is correct that it is all a giant UFO alien scam, as I've said many times. And so we agree with his thesis overall. I just wish that, you know, when he's talking about Kenneth Arnold and these different characters who are the supposed origins of UFOs and close encounters, I wish he'd been a little more critical of those characters. Like Project Blue Book, I think that's a total psyop. So I would have liked it if he had critiqued it also from the vantage point of just these people are liars. And you can't believe what these generals and military intelligence people tell you. They're the first, that's like the first red flag to make them suspect, is if there's some general or psyops official or some crap like that. So he talks about the UFO alien hoax on page 81, which is good because it's like the Darwin hoax, and he's using the hoax here in the sense of being a vehicle for the promotion of the New Age religion. And so in that regard, yes, we agree. It is a vehicle for the promotion of a New Age religion. And, you know, we can have the side debate on how much of it's real. You know, is an aspect of this demonic? I still hold out that as a possibility. But I think a lot of this is the deep state testing stuff, right? And actually trying to foster a new religion. And that's actually what we're going to see admitted actually in a couple places in this book. Think of the Fourth Kind, right, with Mila Jovovich. Not the greatest movie, but actually kind of revealing because it presents the aliens as demons. They're the gods of Mesopotamia in that movie. And any movie where you get to look at Mila Jovovich is tolerable, right? So when the space boy, what's a common theme here? He's talking about J. Allen Hynek, the UFO experience. Well, one of the common themes is that evolution is always taught, and the aliens are always coming to bring peace. Exactly. Yeah, the alien agenda always matches up with the globalist agenda. Isn't that what a coincidence? The Rockefeller Foundation message just happens to always be what the aliens. I mean, if they're really aliens coming and visiting, why don't they have like the Donald Trump agenda, right? Like, why don't they have the, I don't know, what else is there? They don't ever teach like the Orthodox theological agenda, right? The aliens have talked to me. Okay, Donald Trump, I think you're gonna be very, very happy. I've talked to the aliens, and well, we're gonna work together. A lot of alien jobs are gonna be coming back to America. I think that you're going to be very pleased. The Space Brothers are very nice people, very, very, very wonderful. Actually, they're gonna be working with us, and we have the same goals. All right. Make America alien again. That was just some goofy improv that hit me out of nowhere. I guess the aliens inspired me to do that, right? But I'm just making the point that the aliens don't ever say something like that. Like the aliens are never here to bring jobs back to America. The aliens are never here to dismantle globalism, right? So, I know I shouldn't be laughing at my own jokes here, but so, oh man, interesting quote for you Ameridox, that is the American Orthodox people who don't really follow or believe Orthodox theology, where Seraphim Rose talks about the legitimate state authority being the Orthodox emperor, page 108, 109. Oops, Don't ever use that quote. That's not very good with our libertarian orthodoxy, our Democratic Party orthodoxy, right? You're never going to hear that in the Greek Orthodox diocese. So, charismaticism and ecumenism. We're going to get into some of this, how that's tied together. The history of the Pentecostal cults. Yes, Pentecostal cults. And Project Bluebeam. And celestial intelligences. And I think, though, to wrap up this first hour, or hour and 15 minutes, there's a great Jacques Vallée quote that really sums it up, lays it all out, and I'm glad that Father Rose included this in the book. And here's the key. It's all laid out here on page 100. It is possible to take large sections of any population and make them believe in the existence of supernatural races, in the possibility of flying machines, and in the plurality of inhabited worlds, by exposing them to a few carefully engineered scenes, the details of which are adapted to the culture and superstitions of a particular time and place. Boom. Yes. It is an alien CIA psyop. And that is exactly the same methodology that we see in the creation of vampires in the Philippines in Victor Marchetti's book with John Marks, CIA and the Cult of Intelligence, which I included in my book. And that's exactly what Jacques Vallée admits the CIA and the deep state do with the alien gobbledygook.